to that?
Well, I think he's a good paper reporter, but he's certainly not a consultant, right?
Do you have a consultant?
I said he's not a consultant.
No, but do you have one then?
We don't need a consultant.
Okay, I'm just, all right. I mean,
He's a paper reporter.
he has a financial background, and the Save Peralta group used him regularly as someone as validating every financial claim they made against the Fairfield proposal.
Yeah, what we're suggesting is that we would like to go, it would be remiss on our part to go contact schools right now and say, we'd like to invite you to come over here, since we only have a year left on the lease. So given the opportunity, we'd love to work with staff and have that opportunity to go work with some schools. Again, these are types of schools that are not competitive with Orange Unified. These are schools that would be language type schools that we know that are available to us, or looking for locations. So they're not competitive to Orange Unified.
So, but given the needs of our schools that you've seen, you've sat through this, right?
Yeah.
And you understand that we don't have the money we need to improve them. What would your suggestion be? Should we shortchange our students' facilities so that we can keep your sports center business going, or do we go to the taxpayer for more money? So how would you handle that?
We're not here to debate that with you, Tim.
Okay, I wouldn't think you would be. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. President, you mentioned that your lease is up in a year. And you bring forward this plan. You knew that your lease was up, several years ago. What was your plan going to be if your lease didn't get renewed?
Well, if you don't renew our lease, then we're...
No. I'm saying you must have had a plan before this plan, right? Of what you were going to do if we didn't renew your lease.
Yeah, the board has come up with many suggestions over the years we've had.
No, you're not answering my question. What was your business plan if we did not renew this lease? It's not this one. A year ago. A year ago. I'm a little confused here.
Okay.
1 minute you wear the hat of a developer coming in to want to develop the property, right, and you submit a proposal to us.
Right.
Fine. And then now you have a year that on your lease, your lease is up next year,
right,
and you say you've worked with the community and you just come up with this. But you must have had a different plan before that. Somewhere between the time that you were a developer doing a proposal to us for that property, which was probably about 3-4 months ago, or 6 months ago, and this plan, what was your plan in between there?
Well, our plan that you asked us to respond to a year ago was you were trying to do apartments on the site. Well, we do have that background in that business, so we responded to your RFP per your request, and we did that. That plan got shot down, clearly, so basically we went back and said, look, we want to come up with a better plan that the community could support, because certainly that was one that they were certainly not in favor of, as you may recall. And so we worked with the community and said, this is something we're considering. What do you think? Let's invite additional education.
No, but this is just recent. You just put this together recently is what I'm saying. This has not been worked on for a year.
Oh, no, we've been thinking about it for around 6 months. We have. Since the other problem was shut down, we're thinking, you know what, we need to come back, since Olive Crest is with us and looking to potentially, and I discussed this with them, since they would bring their facility onto the site and bring their headquarters, I'm going, wow, wouldn't it be great if we can invite some additional schools and make this an additional site with additional education and then have it be a shared resource. So yeah, this has been worked on for about 6 months. That's correct.
I don't know why I didn't hear about it 6 months ago.
Because
you just had a rally about it.
We just didn't want to come to you until we had met with the neighbors and got them understanding what we're considering, just like we did before. We wanted to come to you with a plan that they would support. And so we're coming to you today not just with our support, but we've been working with our neighbors and got their support as well. I thought that was important.
But you know our conundrum here. We're a public education organization, and we can't support for-profit businesses forever, and that's what you're asking us to do.
We're bringing a plan, an idea for you, just so we can share that plan with you, and that's what we're trying to do tonight.
Well, I appreciate that, but just understand the conundrum, and that is supporting a for-profit business on public education property, as we see our public facilities for education falling down around us, so it makes it very difficult.
I understand.
Okay.
Mr. Ortega.
Yes, Sarah.
What bothers me the most about this exchange is the tenor. I think it's very important that when a community member comes before the board to provide a solution to anything, they have a right to present that without having this almost like an interrogation. It's problematic to me because I think that Mr. Hawkins' objective is to present a proposal from the community that he represents, and that as board members, we need to afford him the opportunity to present that. Yes, we can ask questions, but it's a tenor of this that just seems very, it just doesn't sit right for some reason, and I think that we need to be more encouraging as a board whenever somebody from the community wants to bring something to the board, they need to feel like they can do that and they're not going to get in trouble, that they're going to be heard, and yes, of course, questions, but that it's a respectable exchange, and the tenor of this is very problematic for me, and just not comfortable. And for me, I apologize, Mr. Hawkins.
Well, again, we've been and we feel like we've been a good tenant for 19 years, too, and a good steward of your property and a good steward of our neighborhood, so I appreciate that very much.
Right.
Any other?
I will second that. I've never seen a tenant or a potential lessee spoken to with such contempt. He is giving a presentation, and it's up to us to accept or deny or just ask questions, take it in, but for goodness sake, he deserves more respect.